Hello, everybody, and welcome to NASCAR Sprint Cup Series GarageCam from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Beautiful day, a little hot out today, but hey, we're going to bring you GarageCam and do the best job we can. You see this beautiful Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Chevrolet Camaro pace car that we got to see these pace cars for the first time here at Atlanta last year, and they are something to behold. And I'll tell you what, seeing these pace cars and being here at Atlanta gets us thinking about a great friend of ours, Marcy Scott, PR person here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Been working in this sport for so long. Great person. Right now, everybody on GarageCam, make sure your thoughts and prayers are with her. She's battling cancer right now, so this pace car very special indeed for a lot of reasons here in Atlanta this weekend. So, Marcy, if you're watching, we're all pulling for you. We love you, and this GarageCam is for you. Those pace cars are beautiful. That is awesome. Well, we're here in Atlanta, and everybody, you see the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series hauler. That's kind of the room of doom up there if you get in trouble. That's like the sin bin, baby. You're up there. And in the back there, you see people signing in. You have to sign in at the beginning of each day. And hey, we're going to take you on a tour. Here we are on the backside of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series garage. And hey, you see Justin Allgaier walking there. There's little Gator getting acquainted with the number 51 team. Looks like he might be behind the wheel of that number 51 car, possibly this year. And possibly next year. It would be good to see Gator in the Cup Series. Well, hey, let's kick things off with a little Juan Pablo Montoya, the number 42 ride here. Gonzo doing his best job shining the front windshield of that car so you guys can see Juan Pablo when he gets in there as best as you can. The 42 car, of course, in the headlines. We're going to get confirmation when it comes up, but right now, in minutes, a press conference will be starting to announce the driver of this car. It is expected, of course, to be Kyle Larson, the young Nationwide Series star and open wheel standout and NASCAR K&N East Series champion. First person in the chat room today, Bahafu, whatever it is, we like you. You're from Delaware. We race in Delaware twice, of course, Dover, the great state of Delaware. Welcome to GarageCam, and it's your first time being the first person in the interactive chat. And you want to see the 48 car, we'll get you that car later on in the show. We're going to kind of take a little march through the garage area here as we pass Marcos Ambrose's car right here, the number 9, and Bob Decker. This guy can wheel a dirt modified right here. It's not only a crew guy. The number 17 of Ricky Stenhouse. You see that guy wiping the sweat off his brow. We're just going to give you a little weather report. Yes, there's a lot of clouds in the sky, but it is very humid today. We were at the Weather Channel earlier. You can see that piece, I believe, next week or the week after, Miss Sprint Cup piece. Well, you see the Weather Channel logo on our hat right there. We got some swag when we were at the Weather Channel, but I don't know. We didn't need a Weather Channel forecast to tell you that today is hot, baby. It is hot. Kyle Larson, it's official. That 42 car over here, it is now official. Kyle Larson will be behind the wheel of this number 42 car in the 2014 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series season. After just one season here, his rookie season in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. Before that, a K&N East Championship. Kyle Larson will be making the big step up to the number 42 machine for Earnhardt Ganassi Racing, a seat vacated by Juan Pablo Montoya. He's moving on next year. Of course, race fans know Kyle Larson not just here for the Nationwide Series, but for his prowess in open wheel racing in the USAC ranks. And speaking of open wheelers, that's the number 17, Ricky Stenhouse. That's where he came from. And here is Denny Hamlin's ride, the Sports Clips entry. KB show, 18 KB show. I want to see the 18 and this car, the 11. Well, I'll show you something really cool. We like to show you different things here on GarageCam. Here is the number 11 car. And hey, the wheel chop. Guess what it is? Hey, we try to keep it lively here on this show. There you go. Here's a Casey Mears number 13 Geico machine as we roll through this garage. It's going to get a little bit loud right here, and that's because we're passing the number 51 car. And it's not Mike Bliss inside there, but Mike Bliss will be piloting the number 51. We would like to say get well soon to Bobby Labonte, who is missing this race. He was involved in a cycling accident near his home. Bobby Labonte, a great friend to motorsports. Everybody here in the NASCAR garage area would like to wish him a speedy recovery. DJ Hayes, you're on here. You say, awesome pace car, 88 Lightning. That was a beautiful Camaro pace car. Yes, it was. A lot of people in this garage affected by cancer, one way or the other. Hey, we've got some people that are on the show whose family is battling cancer, who told us that on the show. David Reagan, the number 34 car right here, Peanut Patch Racetrack. I bet you could get some Peanut Patch hot boiled peanuts at the old racetrack there. Not the racetrack, but the racetrack gas station. Maybe at some racetracks in the South. Josh Mabe, I'm so pumped to see Landon Castle on GarageCam. We'll see his car momentarily. We're almost to him. Here's the GoDaddy Chevrolet. Danica Patrick will be part of a 4-car effort next year for Stewart Haas Motorsports. Stewart Haas Racing, that is. Ryan Newman, Al Kyle, Kurt Busch in, Tony Stewart, Danica Patrick, and of course the other guy in, Kevin Harvick. Hey, the number 47 car this week, it's AJ Allmendinger. Win my car, www.scottbrand.com. On board. I don't know about this promotion. I don't know if it's win his personal car, win this number 47 Camry. I'll tell you what, if it was, I might enter it. Matt Bowers. Okay, here we go. If you're new to the chat room, we want to, if you're new to the show, watching this live, not on our NASCAR YouTube channel, the replay. If you're watching it live, streaming on NASCAR.com, hop in, tell us who you are, where you're from. I'm your host, Matthew Dillner. We love to talk to you, and we have a really cool request. I like these colorful ones. Matt Bowers, GarageCam man. Who's your favorite driver to interview? Wow. Now that's, I say any driver that likes to talk to me and the fans is great to interview. Matt Kenseth, because he's a challenge and because he has a sense of humor that people don't realize. Really nice guy, too. I like David Stremme, except for when he's saying nice things about me and it makes me feel awkward. Because Stremme's a good old short tracker at heart. This guy, David Gilliland's pretty cool. I mean, most of the guys are pretty fun to interview, but I'd have to put Stremme at the top of that list. A guy with a sense of humor like Matt Kenseth. Good question there. Dave Blaney's number 7 right here. Keep the questions rolling in. We love them. And hey, if I can't answer them, I'll just do my best. You see this shirt right here, USCS. The USCS Sprint Car Series will be competing on the pavement here on the quarter-mile oval in the front stretch of Atlanta Motor Speedway this weekend. Kind of a little sideshow for the race fans here this weekend. There is David Stremme's berriesbullets.com number 30, a colorful machine, a beautiful paint scheme on board this number 30 machine, the Toyota, for David Stremme. I will say this, it is a little hot out, so we might be a little thin as far as drivers. So we're going to hope to talk to some drivers for you. Here's the number 83 of David Ruderman as we roll through this garage here. And of course, JJ Yeley, the UME car. And in the 32 car this week, last week at Bristol, it was Kenny Schrader. This week, Timmy Hill back behind the wheel of this US Chrome number 32. Of course, also Oxy on board. Oxy is a flavored water, oxygen-enriched water, which right before GarageCam, because of the heat, I said, you know, I'm going to try this stuff. It's not bad. It tasted like a berry-filled bubblegum water, and I kind of like that. Let's roll by right here. Hey, it's Travis Quapple's car. There's the Quapple machine. Hey, what do you got the hammers out for?
Well, that's my wheel chalk today.
Oh, wheel chalk?
We're ready. You know, the last 3 weeks on the right side hasn't been too good for Travis, so this week we're going to be prepared for him for practice. We're going to get the hammers out.
Well, hey, the 11 has a cue ball on a stick, so maybe you need to get fancier.
That could be. You could be. I'm a musical genius with these things.
All right, well, go play some tunes, and we'll talk to you later. No singing. No singing. The crew members going to work on the Burger King number 93 entry of Travis Quapple. And Josh Wise is number 35. And we'd be remiss if we didn't show you this car right here. Let's spin around here. get out into that bright sunshine. You see the 33 car right here, Austin Dillon, running this week in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. This crew turning this car around, backing the car in, so that way Austin has an easy exit for the beginning of this first NASCAR Sprint Cup Series practice that will start at 3 p.m. right at the end of GarageCam, so we'll keep you going until we roll out. Paul Ines, how do you find chatting to Ambrose with his Aussie accent? Well, I do a terrible Aussie accent myself, but Marcus Ambrose is a really nice guy. See, a lot of the fans right now don't really get to maybe you see these drivers at an autograph session. Maybe you see them at an appearance and you get 5 seconds with somebody who's your favorite personality, your favorite athlete here. And a lot of us get a chance to hang out with these guys in their work circle here. And Marcus Ambrose is one of the nice ones. Of course, all the hubbub right now about Kyle Larson going in the 42 car. And in the press conference, they said he was the only driver that they offered the ride to. Kyle Larson, definitely a hot commodity in this sport. A lot of people criticizing, saying maybe the move is too early, but tell you what, you'll hear it from me. My prediction, my personal thought, here's a guy who came from race cars that were light and had a lot of horsepower. Now he's in race cars that are heavy with horsepower, but these cup cars have a lot more under the hood, so I expect him to do even better, actually, in the cup car. So we'll see what goes on next year. All right, we're in the garage stall here. They're taking the scale tires off and putting some left side Dr. Feelgoods on the number 95 car of Scott Speed, the Levine family racing entry from the Texas-based team. Back out into the sunshine. Hey, somebody, I think it was it Josh Mabe? Josh Mabe, you wanted to see the number 40 of Landon Castle. There is Mr. Hillman and the boys rolling this number 40 into the garage. Landon Castle, the pilot of this machine. Hey, we passed McDiz, man. Michael McDowell. No sponsors on the car this weekend. Michael McDowell having some amazing runs in the NASCAR Nationwide Series this year. McDowell, expect to see some sponsors on that car. We've seen K-Love on it a whole bunch. McDowell, a very good spokesperson and a good personality. All right, here we go. We're on our little walk through to the other side of the garage here on NASCAR.com GarageCam. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. We'll let you know. Should be halfway in the show pretty soon. All right, we got another. Here's our Sprint tablet. Chuck Bush from the internets is on here. And we're looking, and we see Tammy Thompson. Daniel, my 9-year-old. Tammy Thompson Daniel. My 9-year-old Haley, seen where Junior likes Elvis. She thought that it would be awesome because she loves Junior and Elvis. Aw. Well, hey, you're 9 years old. You're watching GarageCam. You love Elvis, and you love Dale Earnhardt Jr. Hey, guess what? GarageCam guy likes you too, because that's one heck of a combo there. Hello, GarageCam. That was the best. I don't know. Well, as we're walking over here, we can give you a little history too. Atlanta Motor Speedway, the first NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race, 1960. Fireball Roberts winning the pole and sweeping the weekend by winning the race. Another guy that would sure like to sweep this weekend would be Mr. Jeff Burton here, the mayor of the garage, the number 31 Cat entry. Little red, white, and blue on the Smithfield number 43 this weekend for all you paint scheme nerds that love seeing your new paint schemes and love collecting your die cast and following it all. We like to post the new paint schemes also on NASCAR.com. If you haven't seen that, you see them here first on GarageCam. Well, there's a little bit of a new paint scheme for the number 43 of Eric Amarola. Like I said, man, it's a little, all these drivers are hiding out right now. We've had a beautiful year of weather, okay, where we haven't had really, really, really hot days. Oh, it's halfway. Halfway, GarageCam, halfway. It's a little hot today, so see this hydration. Hydration is the key here today on a hot day. Drinking water. Here's the Aaron's Dream Machine. Brian Vickers behind the wheel of the number 55 car. for the rest of this season. As they're changing the tires on that machine right now. The number 27, be nice if I could read the Paul Menard entry right here, mowing on the hood of this car. Crew is busy at work right now, getting the tires, getting these cars off the scale pads. They have them on the scale pads leading up to practice, getting the balance right on these cars as far as cross weight, as far as percentage left to right. Getting these cars dialed in. They've had these cars on pull-down rigs. They've had these cars on setup plates, all leading up to each race. And this race here this weekend at Atlanta, they come here, they put them on the scale pads, they make sure everything shakes down right, and they have their baseline set up in, go out on the track, and adjust from there. That'll start today at 3 o'clock, practice here for the Sprint Cup Series. Jamie Mack's Easy Go golf carts. Pretty cool golf cart deal. And yeah, he's got Easy Go on the side of his car. You know this darn thing will be faster than an Easy Go, though, I'll tell you that. All right, Cam Guy, let's see. Cam Guy, I meet you on pit road, or maybe he met us? Maybe he met us on pit road. You mistakenly hit me with your cam and microphone rod? Well, Steven Tyson, I don't remember that. But, because usually our microphone, his name is Harry right there. Harry right here usually doesn't go out on pit road with me. No, he said no. So maybe it happened, I don't know. But, you know, hey, if that's the case, we're sorry. Glad you're still watching the show. You're not too mad at Cam Guy. Here's Jamie McMurray, one of the fastest walkers in the NASCAR garage, walking swiftly to his machine. The Aspen Dental number 39 car of Ryan Newman. Here's Newman's number 39. Here's the number 56 of Martin Truex Jr. It's Clint Boyer. And let's see. We'll see. We'll walk around and see Martin Truex Jr., at least give you a look at Martin Truex Jr. He, of course, is talking with TV's Matt Yoakum. Tracy Holtzapfel, PR, right there. And, of course, Truex breaking his wrist in an accident in Bristol last week. Talking with Matt Yoakum there at the back of the car. Scott Nichols. Scott Nichols, we're seeing your request right now. Scott Nichols, you want to see this AARP Drive to End Hunger machine of Jeff Gordon? There is Jeff at the back of his car, talking with crew chief Alan Gustafson. Here's the Mark Martin machine, the number 14. Smoke will rise. And there is Mark Martin having a little conversation with GarageCam favorite Mark Martin.
You know, I knew him since he's been Mark the kid. Springfield, Missouri, come in, dually, flatbed Ram truck.
Yeah. Long time, man.
I remember that, man. You had cool shit back then, orange and white stuff. And like that.
Mark. The rest had some pretty cool stuff, too.
There's Mark Martin. Having some laughs with Mike Wallace. Reminiscing here. Reminiscing on GarageCam about the good old days.
Well, you know what? I told Mark is my hero. I've told him for like 4 or 5 years that I need to know who his retirement advisor is, because he had an outstanding race career, still has an outstanding one, and then he retired and he had a better career. So I don't know how you do that. And probably making more money. But back, when would that have been? Late 70s?
77.
77. Him and his dad and his mother and all of them come to Springfield, Missouri, race against my brother Rusty. Fairground, not against Rusty, the whole field. Yeah. But they unloaded. They had the coolest orange and white cars and trucks, and he's a little kid. He's like 14 years old, aren't you?
You know, and that story sticks in your mind. The story that sticks in my mind is the year before in '76. We were out dirt racing across the country, and we stopped in at Winchester, Indiana, and Rusty was running Winchester with the '66 car. It was beautiful. It was red. The whole pit crew had red Cam 2 motor oil T-shirts, so they looked like they had uniforms on. And that was like big time. I mean, it's like, golly, that Rusty Wallace is big time, man. You know, St. Louis, Missouri.
He said, man, I was telling him that I had the pleasure to run the Winston back in '94 or '95, and I got 4 posters, all of them signed by everybody but Mark Martin. And I keep saying them every year. I'm going to bring it to the racetrack.
Okay, you heard that right here. He's
so
going to
we
get
just
the
talked
autograph.
about it. He said, bring them to Charlotte. He's going to sign them.
Get them done. That's it.
Well, you have a good day,
You believe
okay?
that story he just told?
Oh, yeah.
You were talking-
That's classic stuff right
This
there.
is-
1976, Winchester, Indiana, Rusty Wallace.
Can I be really bad here? That's the year I was born. But you know what? More power to you for getting it done for so long. Respect. Mark Martin climbing behind the number 14 car with Mike Wallace talking to him. And let's hustle through GarageCam. Man, that was a little unplanned stop, but that was special stuff, folks, as we passed Joey Logano's machine here. You don't get an opportunity to hear a lot of behind-the-scenes driver conversations like that as we pass Greg Biffle's number 16 3M car here. Remind race fans, let's see. Oh, yeah, Race Buddy. Vote on who they like to see for the Sprint Cup Series race weekend on Race Buddy. In cars are Brad Keselowski. Mike Wallace is great. In cars, Brad Keselowski, Casey Kane, Greg Biffle, Joey Logano, Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, and Kurt Busch. Vote who you want to see on Race Buddy this week. Casey Kane's car right over here. There is the Casey Kane Farmers number 5. Second place run last week for Casey Kane. Man, he was battling hard. If you guys don't think that was a good race last week at Bristol, I don't know. You got to get checked out. That was amazing. There is Dale Earnhardt Jr. standing next to his R2A racetoachieve.org Chevrolet. Got to check out that website for sure. He's checking it out here in between the break before we go to Nationwide Series GarageCam shortly after. And here's the race winner from last week, the number 20 team. And there's the guy, Matt Kenseth, the man who got it done last week at Bristol, holding off an impressive charge from Casey Kane in the waning laps of that race, side by side, swapping paint. It was as exciting as you're going to get. As Kenseth right now puts on the gloves, he is poised for a really, really good run in this chase. His team winning races. The chemistry happens so fast with that team, and it's continuing to build here for this Husky number 20 Joe Gibbs Racing team. Paul John Gachik. Can we see the back view of the number 18? Well, here's the number 18 car. Kyle Busch strapping in. Let's see. Is there something special on the back of this car? Well, let me see if I can get you around there. If not, we'll get him when he rolls out here for you, Mr. Gachek. And here is the number 29, Jimmy Johnson, the Jimmy John's ride of Kevin Harvick, the number 29 machine. We'll get you that back of that car when he pulls out. Here's Carl Edwards. Everybody in the car now, window nets going up. That means it's go time here for Clint Boyer and this beautiful RK Motors black and orange machine. Man, that has to be one of the slickest schemes I've seen all year. Speaking of slick, the clean lines of Jimmy Johnson. You all know him. You all either love him or hate him, but he is 5-time. Sloth fingers can't leave without showing the 29. Bad luck to miss the 29. Well, guess what? We got that 29, so we got you covered luck-wise. Here's the guy that I just saw on a bicycle about an hour ago. Man, he can pedal a car here in the Cup Series, the number 2, and he can pedal a bicycle as well. But this is our defending champion, the Miller number 2 Blue Deuce. None other than Brad Keselowski. Bad Brad here in that ride. And we're going to bring you outside the garage here. Get you ready because I believe it's coming shortly. The cars are going to roll out. You see the pit boxes being moved right now out here in the sunshine. And here's the whistle. Here's the whistle. The whistle, oh, look at that, boys and girls. That right there means business. Ricky's means business when he whistles that thing. Please show this Michigan girl, the driver from Michigan. Brad Keselowski says, Brad K fan 143. Well, there you go. Let's get you a view inside that cockpit as we're about to unleash these beasts onto the racetrack for the first practice of the weekend. Eyes of determination out of that plain white helmet. He's got the gloves on, the window net up. He's ready to go, Michigan race fans and all you NASCAR.com race fans. Let's get you. Hey, check it out. Hey, it's my nephew. I got to put my nephew on. Check it out. It's Bob Dillner. My nephew Blaze. High five, buddy. Garage.
Dillner.
Hey, are you excited? Hey, tell us what they're going to do right here. They're going out on the track. Tell the race fans what they're going to do, what you're seeing.
They're going to try to make their fastest lap in practice.
And who's your prediction for fastest in practice?
Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon in the black SS.
You heard it first, Blaze Dillner, his prediction that Jeff Gordon will be on top of the boards. Well, there were some Jeff Gordon fans in our chat. Thank you for letting me show my nephew. He's a cutie. I love him. He's my guy. GarageCam. Family is what this sport is all about, whether you're looking at the bloodlines of great racers here, whether it's the Bodines or the Labontes, the Jarretts, so many bloodlines here in this sport. And hey, even behind the camera. Jimmy Johnson on top of his hauler, sitting out the opening laps of this practice session. He will choose to watch a hot, greasy track with not much rubber on it. We will see what it will do here in this practice session. Johnson looking like he wants to leap from trailer to trailer. He's not going to do it. He's an athlete, but come on. Oh, you hear the whistle in the background. And now guess what? As J.J. Yaley walks by, we're going to have these cars roll out here on GarageCam. And they're going that way. I got a little running to do. Here's the 15, the number 99. We promised we'd show you the back of that 18, and we're going to show it to you. Here's the 29 of Kevin Harvick. The Candy Ride, the M&M's Rocket. It's got the brown M&M on it for you. Matt Kenseth rolling out of his garage. Dale Earnhardt Jr. New paint scheme for Junior. Casey Kane not rolling out, not practicing right away, not in his car. The number 22, Joey Logano, being waved out by NASCAR officials. They have to come out in a specific order, folks. It's not just a free-for-all. Kurt Busch in the Furniture Row, 78, going to Stewart-Haas Racing next year. Mark Martin in the 14, filling in for Tony Stewart. There's the guy Blaze Dillner said will be on top of the charts. Jeff Gordon, a lot of people predicting a win. Martin Truex wheeling it this week with a broken wrist. Ryan Newman, the Aspen Dental Ride. Paul Menard. And folks, that just about does it here on NASCAR.com. GarageCam, maybe we'll see if there's any more shout outs that we can give as Jeff Burton pulls out onto the track. Marco Salpietro, nice prediction. Louis DiDonato, what a great choice by your nephew. All right, well, hey, Atlanta, a beautiful track. If you haven't visited it, this is one that you need to come to. High banked, high speed, old, rough asphalt. Wears off these Goodyear tires, and you know what that means, folks. Fall off as far as tires. When fall off happens, drivers are sliding all around this racetrack, and that provides some of the best racing we see all year long here at Atlanta. So make sure you tune in this week. It's a Sunday night show. ESPN. It should be a treat. One of the best racetracks we go to as far as high speed, high stakes action. Of course, it's high stakes because we're coming up to the chase for the Sprint Cup. I'm your host, Matthew Dillner, on a very hot day on GarageCam. Hey, until next time, folks, we'll see you at the races.